How's it going, everyone? Got quite a lot to talk about in this video. We've got a huge PlayStation game update, and it's a game that's on sale right now, and I would highly recommend you to pick it up. The update will be out on June the 25th, and it's a major one, so we'll get to it. We'll cover the deal as well. Speaking of free updates, we've got a major free update for a game that's getting a little bit of a negative reception right now in Monster Hunter Wilds, in the sense that I've seen the Steam reception for the game, and it's just like, yikes, it seems like some people aren't happy with the ongoings of Wilds. We'll talk about that, and also Borderlands 4 gets a brand new trailer, which, as much as there has been a bit of controversy and divisiveness around Borderlands 4, gotta say that the story trailer, I do like the tonality of it, so we'll talk that at the end of this video. But Palworld, Tides of Terraria, the free update, the latest free update for the game, bringing forth a crossover with Terraria, and a bunch of new content will be dropping on June 25th. On top of that, Palworld is on sale, 25% off for $22.49. You guys, Palworld is a phenomenal game to pick up. Remember that at some point this game will come out of this early access period and it will go up in price. I don't know if it'll go up to $39.99, $49.99, but the fact is, when this game initially came out, I feel like it was worth $30. Now you've had the Faebreak update and you have the Terraria update now coming out. I think this game is a steal at $22.49. It's a legit great game, and are there areas that they can expand Palworld on? Absolutely, but given the fact that this is a fraction of the cost of a new release game at this point, and you're consistently getting these major content updates, this is so worth it. So they dropped an animated trailer to announce the release date. It will be coming out June 25th. In the collaboration animated trailer, Palworld characters explore a dungeon and obtain the Terraria weapon, the Terrorblade. Also appearing are the Eye of Cthulhu and a silhouette that appears to be the final boss, the Moonlord. The footage suggests that deadly enemies await at the end of the exciting adventure in the world of Terraria. Tides of Terraria is a major update that introduces a collaboration with the adventure game Terraria, which has sold over 60 million copies worldwide. Which, by the way, 60 million copies worldwide is an insane stat for Terraria. I mean, Terraria is one of those games that I feel like people have bought on multiple platforms and whatnot, but still, that's a nuts number. 60 million copies is outrageous. The world of Terraria collides with Palworld. Capture, train, fight, and work monsters from Terraria just like Pals. A large update that can be enjoyed by fans of Palworld and Terraria. In addition to the collaboration content, further new content will be added, including new Pals and new islands. The contents of the updates will be announced across official Palworld social media channels over the next few weeks, so please follow. In addition, Palworld is currently on sale at 25% off on Steam and the PlayStation Store, and yes, it's $22.49. This is not even the final update before it hits 1.0, so I can't imagine there being more than one more significant updates for the game pre 1.0. Like, at that point, if there's another Faebreak level update, let's say, or this Terraria level update, and then there's another one on top of that, that to me is just outrageous. I think you could do one more significant update, do some quality of life updates if you want to add some feature sets, but in terms of the content in the game, I feel like you do one more. I feel like you could release it at 1.0 right now. Am I crazy? Maybe they want to get through the lawsuit and then release it at 1.0. I don't know. But I feel like you could do one more update after this Terraria update, and you're good to go. You can drop this game at 1.0. You could up the price to $39.99, whatever the case may be. Any more updates on top of that, I feel like would be gravy. And I don't even think it's the craziest thing to suggest that in 2026, let's say it hits full release by the end of this year. In 2026, we're talking about, paid expansions. I don't think that's the worst idea in the world. If you're gonna get that level of content out of the game for $29.99 or $22.49 on sale here, and you're gonna up it to $39.99 or whatever the case may be, if you want to do a $10, $15 expansion and start doing paid content updates, I don't think that would be this asinine idea. I would like to see other aspects of Palworld expanded, like for me personally, and yes, this is a selfish desire, I would like to see some sort of narrative-based single-player content, but I get that that might be a little bit more of an undertaking at this stage of the game, and at the end of the day, I think before they do anything too significant, as far as delve into paid expansions, things of that nature. They probably want to get through the lawsuit. So we'll see how all of that turns out, but I would highly recommend Palworld. It's a fantastic game, $22.49. Whether you play it solo or with a group of friends, I think it's a great solo experience as well. And if you guys know me, you know I'm not into these crafting survival building titles. Like, that's definitely not the genre that I gravitate to, but the idea of the pals and that element to it definitely makes it enjoyable for somebody like me. But $22.49 on that. Next up, another free update, Monster Hunter Wilds Title Update 2 will be launching on June the 30th. Two fan favorite monsters, layered weapons, and a new arch-tempered monster headline the second free title update for Monster Hunter Wilds. You have the arch-tempered, the apex predator of Scarlet Force is powered up and ready to defend its territory. Layered weapons will be available and additional content on top of that. Seems like some people have fallen off of Monster Hunter Wilds. I mean, the game came out back in, what, February, I want to say it was, and, you know, you got however many months of playtime out of it, and then you move on. But, I mean, the Steam reception is not good. 11,000 reviews, and those are the recent reviews. 16% of those reviews are positive. My goodness, it is a train wreck, but it is from a lot of the optimization and things of that nature, and that is not really going to be as applicable to the PlayStation version of the game. I feel like, okay, optimization issues aside, which is more of a PC thing, and yeah, the PC version of this game is a train wreck. This is one area where, you know, if you have a PlayStation 5, a PlayStation 5 Pro, you really made out like a bandit in terms of how this game performs on your hardware versus, let's say, a $700 PC, but that's more on Capcom. They should optimize these games, but Capcom has been known for these unoptimized experiences. And not to say Monster Hunter Wilds is this issue-free experience on PlayStation 5, but it certainly is a playable experience, and you're not getting poor performance on a $2,000 PC, let's put it that way. And I've always said, whenever you get poor performance on a machine that you spend, you know, $1,500, $2,000, $2,500 on, it stings a lot more than a couple issues on a $500 console or even a $400 console with the digital edition, but you get the idea. At least you're gonna have more content updates. Hopefully at some point Capcom will optimize it on PC, but they already sold tons of copies on PC, and yeah, you can look at the concurrent player count. I don't think that's that big of a metric to assess for a game that's priced at $70, but certainly it went from north of 1 million players to 13,000, but same thing happened with Palworld as well, so what can you do? There you go with that. That is Monster Hunter Wilds, and that free title update will be coming June 30th. And lastly, Borderlands 4 has dropped a brand new story trailer, and I gotta say, really like the tone and a bit of the vibe shift of the story. We did hear that this is gonna be a little bit more of a serious story, and I thought Borderlands 3, while the gameplay was enjoyable, it's the Borderlands gameplay. I thought that game from a dialogue standpoint, narratively, a lot of the interaction, I thought it was just really bad in that instance, and I've said maybe that's an aspect of me being a washed up old man, jaded, whatever you want to say, and the comedy of Borderlands doesn't click with me. And Borderlands 2 came out when I was like 16, 17 years old. Borderlands 3 came out when I was 23, 24, so you know, you get older, maybe the comedy doesn't click as well, but I think it was more than that. Brothers, I am still down for some absolutely childish humor. Like, I can absolutely get down with some humor in my video games, but with Borderlands 3, I just thought it was a little bit too much, and I thought they didn't find the happy medium that Borderlands 2 did find. And hopefully with Borderlands 4, we get a bit of a tone shift, but at the same time, I do think the essence of Borderlands should be intact, and I hope that they find that happy medium once again. They note, get a glimpse of the Timekeeper's cruel reign, including the disturbing process of being implanted with a vault, a spine-grafted cybernetic device used to dominate the populace. Soon after crash landing, the Vault Hunters are arrested and forcibly affixed with the device, trapping them on Kairos. The Timekeeper and his order are the ultimate superpower, ruling from the impenetrable fortress city known as Dominion City. When Albus arrived in Kairos' orbit and unleashed a cataclysmic destruction, the Timekeeper locked down the city and sent his commanders to deal with the fallout firsthand. Now the Timekeeper watches over from the safety of his tower while his commanders maintain his order. From humble beginnings, he'll need to travel across Kairos and ignite the revolution against the Timekeeper. People all over have began to rise up, and his powder keg is set to explode. Enter Claptrap, self-proclaimed mastermind behind the Crimson Resistance, who is set on making the Vault Hunters his newest recruit. Borderlands 4 is a mayhem-fueled looter-shooter jam-packed with billions of weapons, outrageous enemies, and intense cooperative action. Explore a dangerous hidden planet as one of 4 new badass vault hunters. So that trailer is live right now. I am excited for Borderlands 4, don't get me wrong. I don't think Borderlands at this point, and this is my opinion, I could be totally wrong, is this IP that has this immense amount of goodwill. I absolutely think there are a lot of people excited for Borderlands 4. However, this is one of those games where you have to keep its success with the note of how is its success relative to how much this game cost. Randy Pitchford himself said that they got double the budget to work on Borderlands 4 versus Borderlands 3. Well, that would insinuate either you sell exponentially more, and not necessarily. Borderlands 3 was wildly profitable from what I know, but Borderlands 4 is a game that they expect to do very well, and I just don't feel like that goodwill is there for Borderlands 4 right now. However, let me also say this is one of those games that I feel like it is very imperative. How this game does is gonna be based on word of mouth and how the critics review it. I really do think that's a big aspect of this game and the general consensus when this game comes out. This isn't a game like, let's say, Monster Hunter Wilds that was riding a wave of momentum leading into its release after the success of Monster Hunter World and Monster Hunter Rise. I think Borderlands is this franchise that people were not that ecstatic over Borderlands 3. I don't care what metric Randy Pitchford throws out on Twitter about, oh, do you assess success via playtime and all this. Based on what I can assess, I don't think Borderlands is this hot IP that everybody is super sold on just from it being Borderlands. I think it's going to come down to whether or not this is a game of quality, and ultimately, yes, it's $70, it's not $80, but I think the optics of having a $130 edition on top of that $130 edition having a lot of relevant content that people are gonna want to get. I already see a lot of people saying they're gonna wait on a sale for this, and in the past, I would say, okay, I hear people say I'm gonna wait on a sale for this. I feel like this might just be a vocal minority. In the case of Borderlands 4, I think that's a bigger crowd than people actually ascertain. And yes, the game is, you know, as far as the publicly available data, the number that's going to be assessed is the concurrent Steam player count number. Borderlands 3 came out on a 6-month delay on Steam because it was an Epic Games Store exclusive, and that still cracked like 99,000 concurrent players. Borderlands 4, given it's a day one Steam title, I really feel like a successful concurrent player count number would be like 300,000 concurrent players, because again, this game is double the budget, it's far bigger than Borderlands 3, and on top of that, it's coming out day one. It should be exponentially bigger than Borderlands 3's 100,000 peak or 99,000 peak, whatever it was. But remember, that's why I offer you guys context, because come September 12th, I'm sure people are gonna be like, oh my god, this game is doing double better than Borderlands 3's peak Steam number, which I wouldn't even say that's that good of a number when you provide context of how expensive this game is and the fact it's coming out day one on Steam. Like, I really think 250, 300,000 concurrent players should be like a baseline number for this game, for that to be reasonably good. So that's my 2 cents. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comment section down below. Again, Palworld Tides of Terraria will be dropping on June 25th. Palworld itself is on sale right now for $22.49. Certainly do pick that up. Monster Hunter Wilds, that game's title update too. Another free update with new content will be dropping June the 30th. Let me know your expectation level for Borderlands 4 based on my audience, which again, drop in the bucket for the overall gaming audience. I do feel like I get that vibe of a lot of you guys are waiting on a sale for this one, but again, my audience is going to be different than the general gaming populace. But that'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Sound off there. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.